Let's talk about one of the absolute gut punches of the Harry Potter series, Dumbledore's death. I mean, it was just one of those moments that changed everything, right?
And it wasn't just some plot twist to move the story along. No, this was a massive shift in the feel of the entire series. It was the moment the safety net was completely ripped away. It made it crystal clear that nobody was safe anymore, not even the most powerful wizard in the world.
Looking back, his death feels so inevitable, doesn't it? Like it was always meant to be. But what if it wasn't? What if that single critical turning point just never happened? Let's dive into that, because it changes everything.
Okay, so to really get this, we have to see how the story was kind of planting the seeds for this all along. Take Trelawney's Rule of 13 prophecy. Remember this? In Prisoner of Azkaban, there are 13 people at the table, and who gets up first? Dumbledore. Then, fast forward to Order of the Phoenix. Same deal, 13 people, and Sirius Black is the first one to stand. And what happens to him? It's like these weren't just silly superstitions. They were these little creepy breadcrumbs leading us toward this idea that his death was fated.
But here's the thing. It wasn't just fate. Dumbledore's death was actually this incredibly complex, calculated plan. It was like a chess move, really. Let's walk through it. Step 1, he tracks down the Gaunt Ring, one of Voldemort's Horcruxes. Step 2, he gives in to a moment of weakness, puts it on, and bam, he's hit with a fatal curse. Step 3, now that he's on a ticking clock, he makes that secret deal with Snape to kill him. This does two huge things. It cements Snape's position as a spy, and it forces Harry to step up and finish the job alone. A total strategic masterpiece.
And you know what's so powerful about all this? It's his reason for it. When Snape basically asks him, why not just let the Malfoy kid do it? Dumbledore's answer tells you everything you need to know about him. This whole elaborate plan, it wasn't just about winning the war. At its very core, it was about saving one boy's soul. He refused to let Draco be destroyed on his account. Just incredible.
All right, so if we're going to imagine a world where he survives, we have to find the exact fork in the road, right? The one moment where everything could have gone differently. And it all comes down to this. Dumbledore, alone in the Gaunt Shack with that ring in his hand. That's it. That's the moment where history splits.
And this really lays out the two timelines perfectly. On one hand, you have the story we all know. Dumbledore puts on the ring, the curse hits, and the clock starts ticking on his last year of life. But what if he didn't? In our alternate timeline, he remembers why that ring is so dangerous to him personally. He finds the strength to resist the temptation. And just like that, he stays at full power, and the entire plan to have Snape kill him, it never even needs to happen. So, the biggest, most immediate change? The fatal curse never touches him. Simple as that. Dumbledore walks out of that shack just as powerful as he was when he walked in. There's no withering hand, no ticking clock. He's fine.
And that one change sets off a massive chain reaction. Think about it. If he's not dying, there's absolutely no reason to plan his own death. So that whole conversation with Snape, that secret pact, it never happens. It's just gone.
Okay, but this creates a huge, huge problem for one person in particular, Snape. Because without that secret plan with Dumbledore, what on earth happens with the unbreakable vow he made to Narcissa? Suddenly, that's not a performance anymore. It's a real, deadly promise.
I mean, Snape is completely stuck between a rock and a hard place. Let's look at his options, and they're all terrible. Option 1, he refuses to make the vow. Well, that blows his cover instantly, and Bellatrix would probably kill him on the spot. Option 2, he accepts the vow. Now he's magically bound to kill Dumbledore, a Dumbledore who is not planning on dying. Yikes. Or there's option 3. He takes the vow but tries to play this insane double agent game, trying to sabotage the mission from the inside without anyone figuring it out. Talk about a high-wire act with no safety net. So what does he do? Well, the theory goes that he picks path 3. And it makes perfect sense, right? It's classic Snape. He agrees to the vow, keeping his cover intact with Voldemort, but then spends the entire year secretly trying to undermine Draco's mission, hoping to prevent disaster.
And all of this leads us right back to where we started, that stormy night on the Astronomy Tower. The scene starts to play out, but this time, everything is different. Snape bursts onto the scene just like in the book, but what he sees isn't a frail old man waiting for the end. No. He's looking at a scared kid, Draco, and a perfectly healthy, incredibly powerful Dumbledore who is very much alive and not part of any plan to die. But you gotta remember, that unbreakable vow is still in play. It's a magical contract forcing him to act, to help Draco succeed. He has to do something, or the vow will kill him.
The Death Eaters are watching. Dumbledore is right there. The vow is like a chain pulling him forward. He has to make a choice, right now.
And he turns on the other Death Eaters. And this is the genius part of this theory. The vow says he has to help Draco. Well, what's the best way to help Draco? To make sure he doesn't become a murderer and get himself killed in the process. So he protects Draco by taking out the real threat.
And here's how it all comes together. In the middle of the fight, Dumbledore makes his offer to protect Draco. Seeing Snape fighting for him, Draco finally breaks and accepts the offer. By defecting, the mission Voldemort gave him is now impossible. It's void. And because Snape's actions did protect Draco from becoming a murderer, the unbreakable vow is fulfilled. He's free.
So, let's just take a second and look at this brand new reality we've created. Dumbledore is alive and still the headmaster. Draco is now on the good side, safe at Hogwarts. Snape's cover is blown, sure, but now he's an open hero for the Order of the Phoenix. And maybe the biggest thing of all, Hogwarts never falls. It stays a fortress of safety against Voldemort.
Dumbledore surviving isn't just a small change, it completely rewrites the end of the story. So that leaves us with the biggest question of all. With Dumbledore still on the board, how does the hunt for the Horcruxes and the final fight against Voldemort play out now? Think about it.